Hello, kia ora, and welcome to the video. Sorry I took so long to even upload anything, which I'm kind of sorry about because I recently got myself a job, and I've been trying to save up money for buying a new computer, which I've been wanting to do so that way I could actually do quality content or just at least do gameplay footage outside of the simulacrum. But unfortunately, I have to wait for a month and a half to do so because in order to make a higher purchase, I need to have 3 months worth of pay, according to my mother. And she's really good with money, so I'm taking her advice on that. So I'm going to be waiting for a month and a half before I consider getting myself a computer. But anyways, actually, I need to bring up something else. That's another reason why I'm doing the simulacrum testing, because on my current computer, my frame rate gets atrocious outside of the simulacrum. But in the simulacrum, while recording, my frame rate is sort of, as you can see at the bottom here, sitting around 42 frames per second, which ain't exactly fast. Well, it's average, per se. It's like pretty much a gaming console's worth. That's pretty much my only reason for being in the simulacrum, because frame rate gets atrocious outside of the simulacrum. Anyways, onto the video. Shut up, Discord. Sorry. Anyways, moving on. So you can see I've currently got my Wukong and a Zal weapon that I've named Riveria. If you don't know where that name came from, look up an anime called Danmachi. It's Danmachi. That's all I'm saying. So, moving on. As you saw, I've got Wukong and a Za with high crit chance but average status chance. Well, that's 36.4% status chance is coming from true dual stats and drifting contact, but I'll get on to. Let me just move on. I was doing a little backstory. I was doing the Elite Sanctuary Onslaught with Wukong just to have some fun, because I know Primal Fury ain't exactly the best exalted melee weapon out there, but it does okay damage. And since I'm going up against multiple factions, Primal Fury was sort of, I guess you could say, more viable, because I'd be going up against Infested, Corrupted, Grineer, and the Corpus. And the Corpus and the Infested pretty much die very quickly to Primal Fury at normal. But as I was doing so, well, using Primal Fury, trust me, this was pure luck, because I was low on energy and I was about to run out of energy to use Primal Fury, because literally idiots couldn't get through my defenses, or someone like a Vault with Capacitance or a Trinity with Blessing was keeping me alive, so I wasn't getting a lot of energy from Hunter Adrenaline. Anyways, my Kavat, luckily, in those last few seconds of my energy, procced the guaranteed orange crit buff, which basically means my melee weapon suddenly had a base 200% critical chance. So my crits were guaranteed orange. But one of the mods I was using was Gladiator Might. If you have a look, this is a stat stick build I put together, but I'll go back to that in a sec. This is my normal build. This is what I was using during the Sanctuary Onslaught. As you can see, I was using Gladiator Might. The thing here is, as you can see, its set bonus is pretty much a mini Blood Rush effect. But a lot of people would believe that because Blood Rush is an Acolyte mod and has the same effect, they dismissed Gladiator Might, or the Gladiator set, because it wouldn't affect Exalted abilities. Well, they'd be wrong. Very wrong. Whoops, meant to put my build back. There we go. Because the Gladiator mod set does affect Exalted abilities. Well, primarily Excalibur's Exalted Blade, Wukong's Primal Fury, and Valkyria's Hysteria. I find Wukong for the best for this interaction because he has a higher combo counter. If you're using Naramon, you could easily add another Gladiator mod to this, because if we go to my melee weapon here, you'll see I've got two Gladiator mods, Gladiator Might and Gladiator Vice. So this is and I'm also using Gladiator Aegis, I believe it is. Yeah,
Gladiator Aegis for 3 out of 6 on the Gladiator mod set combo. But if you're using Narumon's, like the Narumon Focus passive that grants you extended combo duration, I'd swap Drifting Contact for Gladiator Rush. While the combo duration does not affect exalted abilities, the extra crit chance does. So, let me just... But, oh wait, no, I don't have Naramon, so for this test, I'm only going to use Drifting Contact because I don't have Naramon on, but I do, and like I'm using generic. But that was from a past thing I was doing. So to make up for the lack of lost crit chance gain, I'm using Arcane Avenger at rank 2. I'd use it at rank 3, but as you can see here, I've only got 1 extra, and I need 3 more, and that means I've got to farm more Eidolons. I've been too busy for Eidolons, so excuse me for not having a full set. Anyways, as you can see, but while I'm losing out on one mod, I still get 45% critical chance with every combo multiplier, which is huge, which is good for Wukong's Primal Fury. Because if you look at the wiki, his stats indicate his Primal Fury has a base 25% critical and status chance, which is why I've decided to make a Za more focused on crit. Because the 25% base status chance means he'll be able to use Condition Overload and Blood Rush, and, well, actually, no, Blood Rush, scratch that, sorry. I just facepalmed myself for that one. He'll be able to use Condition Overload and the Gladiator mod set bonus with ease. Because if I got my math, didn't actually do any math on this, but with these two dual stats and Drifting Contact, yeah, Primal Fury has a very decent status chance, so it can make use of Condition Overload. Then I'm using Gladiator Vice and Gladiator Might for the crit chance bonus and for the crit damage, as well as the bonus crit chance, well, essentially Blood Rush effect on Primal Fury. Then I'm using Primed Reach because Primal Fury is a staff weapon, and this will make good use of it. And no-brainer, Prime Pressure Point. Anyways, let me just move on to a demonstration. I have to max out my energy because without it, I pretty much won't get anywhere. I'm waiting for them to proc Arcane Avenger. As you see, I'm just doing standard crits, which is enough. As you can see, there was an orange, and there's another one, and another. I'm sitting at 2x crit multiplier, but thanks to Arcane Avenger, I'm getting higher crits. Normally, that shouldn't be possible outside of just Slaw if you had the Smita Kavat buff. As you can see, I'm using Primal Fury as well because of the buff icon on the top right there that's decaying like 87, 86, 85. You get the idea. That's just added crit chance. That was if I'm using Berserker for more attack speed. Normally on Wukong, I use Arcane Strike and Berserker on my melee weapons, just so that way I can get some good attack speed out of it. But since I couldn't fit it on Berserker on the build, I'm just settling with what I've got for now. Anyways, as you saw, I was getting orange crits, so that, while that on its own won't prove anything, because it's in the simulacrum, I want to try and test it outside the simulacrum, but one, I don't have a good software to edit videos yet, and I also don't have a good enough computer to handle the frame rate drops outside of the simulacrum. So until the next month and a half, I'm kind of stuck in the simulacrum for recordings, which I'm really sad about. I've been hoping to get a computer for so long, and unfortunately I wasn't able to do that on a benefit now. But now that I have a job, I'm working towards paying off some debts because my car needed a fixing, and still does. So basically at the moment, I'm just still waiting for about a month and a half before I can do so. Anyways, thanks very much for watching, if you actually did watch, because I'm not exactly out there. Oh, before I leave, I wanted to bring something else to light. When I saw this interaction, I decided to ask around, and while I asked Headshot I'll leave a link to his channel in the description, because this was actually pretty interesting to learn. He was doing some Kuba, I think he was doing Kuba farming. Yeah, he was, because I joined his session when he was doing some relics at the end of his last stream. He was doing Kuba, and this was kind of strange. I asked him about the interaction, if he knew about it, and he actually didn't, which I was pretty shocked about. So that was my reasoning for bringing this video up, or making it, I should say, because with that little thing mentioned, I hope this becomes useful, because whether it's intentional or not, I don't know, but at the moment of this video, it's a thing, and it made Wukong so much more fun to play, because now he can handle high-level content with relative ease now, especially Elite Sanctuary Onslaught. I could go 8 waves, no problem. I'm not sure if I could do it solo with this build, but ultimately it just makes Wukong more fun to play. Anyways, thanks very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you want to share this with your friends or anything like that, please do, because the more views this gets, the better, because I'd like to see Wukong sort of used more, per se, because he's a lot of fun to use, and he has some interactions. If you want to know about some of them, I'll leave a link to Grind Hard Squad's YouTube channel, because the person who does those videos on that channel, he's been playing Wukong a lot, and he's done some interactions. So he's brought up some interactions which will be really, well, they're useful, but in my opinion, they're just not as fun. But if you like if you like ideas of just having good interactions, that's ultimately up to you. Anyways, thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.